Simply stated, Opetaia requires space to dictate exchanges. Glinton requires closeness to exert control. The fighter who establishes and maintains his optimal range will likely control both tempo and outcome.
Boxing gyms and stuff that he telling you is for real. All right, I see a lot of other channels out there that be trying to pretend they don't know what the hell they talking about.
Brandon Glanton is an orthodox swarmer whose effectiveness increases dramatically as distance collapses. He typically employs a high guard to absorb incoming fire while advancing, using feints and double jabs to initiate entry. His preferred offensive sequences from the outside include double jab, cross combinations designed to strike first and be first and last. However, Glanton's system depends heavily on initiating exchanges. If he fails to establish first, he often becomes reactive and defensive. His footwork is functional but plotting, characterized more by following than strategic ring cutting. This tendency allows mobile opponents to control geography and forces Glanton to enter range on predictable lines, making him susceptible to traps and counters. But once inside, particularly with an opponent pinned to the ropes, Glanton becomes far more effective. He demonstrates a clear understanding of inside win conditions in confined space. Typical sequences involve striking first, smothering the opponent's return offense, initiating a clinch, and resetting to repeat the cycle. He may also employ strike, frame, strike, clinch patterns to maintain proximity while disrupting the opponent's ability to respond cleanly. On the other hand, in open space, his termination tools are limited. He often jabs from mid-range and ducks in anticipation of counters, which is more of a defensive reflex than a structured exit strategy. Without environmental constraints such as the ropes, he struggles to maintain inside control. Opetaia is a southpaw boxer whose advantages lie in athleticism, foot speed, and positional awareness. He employs a pendulum rhythm to move in and out of range rapidly, enabling him to initiate offense and disengage before meaningful retaliation can occur. Opetaia favors initiating exchanges with feints, level changes, jabs, and straight lefts against orthodox opponents. He is equally capable of exploiting last opportunities through counters such as straight crosses, 2-1 combinations, or lead hand hooks. His attacks frequently target both head and body, reinforcing scoring consistency across rounds. A key strength is his awareness of open stance foot positioning. By stepping outside Glanton's lead foot, Opetaia creates advantageous angles that enhance offensive lanes while reducing exposure to the opponent's rear hand. This positional discipline allows him to strike from relative safety and exit laterally rather than retreating in straight lines. Nevertheless, his termination is not flawless. Opetaia sometimes overextends on the cross, drops the non-punching hand, or relies on straight-line pendulum retreats, which can momentarily expose him if the opponent is close enough to capitalize. Despite these imperfections, his speed and reflexes usually compensate before significant damage accumulates. The decisive variable in the contest is distance management. Long and mid-range favor Opetaia. He can initiate with speed, land cleanly, and reposition before Glanton establishes offense. Close range favors Glanton. He can neutralize mobility through body work, smothering tactics, clinches, and physical pressure. Glanton must consistently breach Opetaia's perimeter and convert entries into sustained inside exchanges. Simply advancing without cutting off escape routes will result in prolonged pursuit rather than control. Sustained body attacks during these advances could gradually slow Opetaia's movement, making later entries less costly and more repeatable. Conversely, Opetaia must avoid extended entanglements near the ropes. As long as he maintains open space, he can leverage superior foot speed, angles, and punch selection to dictate exchange terms. Glanton's reliance on initiating exchanges creates a vulnerability against a fighter who can both attack first and counter effectively. If Opetaia consistently beats him to the punch or forces resets through lateral movement, Glanton's offense becomes fragmented. Opetaia's ability to initiate or respond provides a broader set of win conditions. By landing first and exiting at angles, he forces Glanton to restart his advance repeatedly, increasing physical and cognitive fatigue over time. Glanton's clearest path to success emerges when he pins Opetaia to the ropes. In that environment, he can employ smothering, framing, and clinching to restrict mobility while delivering short-range offense. In the center of the ring, however, his ability to maintain inside positioning diminishes. Without environmental barriers, Opetaia can pivot, sidestep, or disengage before sustained damage accumulates. Opetaia's primary risk lies in complacency after punching. Remaining within range or retreating linearly could allow Glanton to close distance abruptly and convert the fight to the inside struggle he prefers. This matchup structurally favors the fighter with greater versatility in managing distance and exchange dynamics. Glanton's effectiveness is highly environment dependent, peaking in close quarters. Opetaia's skill set remains functional across multiple ranges, particularly at distance. Unless Glanton can consistently convert pressure into confinement, potentially aided by sustained body attacks, he will likely spend extended periods pursuing an opponent who dictates both pace and geometry. Opetaia is the favorite for a reason, but either way, the victor will be the fighter who compels the other to operate outside his comfort zone, either trapped in close quarters or stranded in open space without the means to impose pressure. Fight fam. Boxing is called the sweet science for a reason. Every slip, every counter, every trap, it's all hidden in the details. At Boxing Gems, we break down those details frame by frame so fans can see the art behind the fight. If you enjoy our YouTube film studies and want to go deeper down the rabbit hole, Patreon is the place. It helps us keep producing high quality breakdowns without worrying about algorithms, and it gives you exclusive access to the content that can't make it on the YouTube. Get extended live stream breakdowns with more detail and analysis. Ask your own questions in the 24/7 chats, decide what fights or fighters we cover, and get personalized private analysis. Your support means we can keep studying the sport we love and showing why boxing is the most beautiful science. Join the Boxing Gems community on Patreon and let's keep breaking down the fight game together. This is Ryan, professional boxing analyst and founder of Boxing Gems Film Study. Film don't lie.